This is the EUHOMY 60-inch electric fireplace. The first thing that hit me was how clean and modern it looks. The front is a single sheet of black tempered glass with a polished finish, and it's 60 inches wide, with only 4.13 inches of depth. It sits flatter against the wall than I expected. It has the kind of presence that makes a room feel intentional, especially under a big TV. I paired it with a 75-inch screen, and the proportions look right. Key features that stood out to me. It can be wall-mounted or fully recessed. It uses bright LED flames with 12 flame colors and 12 bed colors. It has dual heat modes at 750 watts and 1500 watts, a thermostat you can set from 62 degrees to 82 degrees, a timer from 1 to 8 hours, and both remote and touchscreen controls. Heat output is rated up to 5,000 BTU, which in plain terms is enough to boost the temperature in a mid-sized room, not replace a central system. It's also vent-free, so no chimney or ducting. It's ETL certified and has overheat protection. From my experience, the install options matter more than you think. I started with a simple wall mount to test it. The unit weighs 67.9 pounds, so I made sure the bracket hit studs, and I used lag bolts. Two people are smart here. The hardware is in the box, and the directions are clear. Measured twice, leveled once, and I had it hung in about half an hour. It ships with a log set and a bag of clear crystals. I tried both, and landed on crystals for a more modern look. The logs are solid if you want a traditional vibe. Recessed mounting is where the planning kicks in. The opening needs to be about 56.77 inches wide and 16.54 inches high. And the cavity depth spec is 7.90 inches. That's deeper than standard 2x4 walls. So I built a shallow bump-out frame to get the space and airflow. If you're going for that flush, built-in look, factor in the carpentry and where your outlet will go. The unit can be plugged in, but at 1500 W on high heat, it draws roughly 12.5 amps. In my opinion, a dedicated 15 amp circuit is the right move to avoid nuisance trips if the room has other loads. If you're not sure about the circuit, this is one of those times where an electrician is worth it. The flame effects are the fun part. There are 12 flame colors and 5 brightness levels, plus 12 bed colors under the crystals or logs. It's bright enough to wash the glass with color without looking cartoonish when you pick warmer tones. I keep brightness at 3 out of 5 most nights and use a warm orange flame with a smoky blue bed. The trick with electric flames is viewing distance. From my experience, at 6 to 10 feet, it feels like a convincing linear fireplace that changes the whole mood of the room. Inside of about 4 feet, your brain switches to, this is LED lighting, which is normal for this category. Heat performance is exactly what it claims. With the 1500 W setting, I get a comfortable lift in a roughly 400 square foot space, especially if doors are closed. The thermostat is simple to set, and it cycles the heater to hold your target. On cooler evenings, I use the 750 W mode to take the edge off without spiking power draw. For reference, 1500 W is about 1.5 kilowatt hours per hour. What that costs depends on your local rate. In my opinion, it's perfect for zone heating a living room, bedroom, or office, not as a primary heat source. Noise is a common question. With flames only, it's whisper quiet. With heat on, the fan kicks in and I hear a steady hum. The spec says about 45 dB, and that feels right. Noticeable in a silent room, easy to ignore during a movie or conversation. I've had louder tower heaters, and this is quieter than most of those controls are straightforward. The remote is responsive and changes color, brightness, heat, and timer without lag. I prefer using the touchscreen when I'm standing near it because it gives you quick visual confirmation. But the remote wins from the couch. The timer is one of my favorite touches. I usually set 2 or 4 hours in the evening and let it shut itself off. I also like that I can run the flame without heat all year. On summer nights, I'll leave a low, warm flame going for ambience, and it doesn't warm the room at all. Build quality feels solid. The tempered glass stays cool to the touch during normal use, which makes me comfortable putting it under a TV. I still leave a few inches of clearance for airflow and to be safe with cables. I've seen a rare report online about a glass panel cracking unexpectedly on a different unit. Mine hasn't had any issues, but I treat glass panels with respect, no slamming doors nearby, and I double-check the mounting hardware is secure. As for support, it comes with ETL certification, 2 years of technical support, and you can request the manufacturer's warranty details. I also saw a note about extended support for feedback. I register products and keep receipts either way, so any claim goes smoothly. If you care about the decor side, this thing delivers. The polished glass reflects just enough to make the flames look deeper. And swapping between the log and crystals changes the personality of the whole setup. I've used it as a light fixture during gatherings by dialing the flame to a soft white with a cool bed color. It sets a tone that's calm and a little elevated. When I want cozy, I go full ember orange with the log set. It's a nice chameleon. There are a few trade-offs. The heater fan hum is part of the package, so if you want absolute silence while heating, that's tough to get. The visual realism isn't meant for nose-to-glass inspection, and that's just how LEDs work today. The recessed depth requirement is a real consideration and might be the deciding factor if you can't build out the wall. In my opinion, those are reasonable compromises given the size, features, and price bracket. It's perfect for people who want a modern focal point under a big TV, renters or homeowners who need a plug-in solution with wall mount, anyone who wants year-round ambience with the option to add warmth on demand, and design-forward spaces that benefit from color-tunable lighting. From my experience, the sweet spot is a living room around 300 to 400 square feet, where you can actually feel the heater working without expecting it to replace central heat. I'd recommend this for someone who values look and flexibility over raw heat. If your priority is a silent room during heating, or you need a primary heat source for a large, drafty area, you'll want to adjust expectations or consider a different category. If your goal is to elevate a room and get reliable supplemental heat with simple controls, this checks the boxes. In conclusion, the EUHOMY 60-inch electric fireplace nails the modern linear aesthetic, gives you tons of customization with 12 flame colors and 12 bed colors, runs flames with or without heat, and covers a typical living area well with 750 watts, 1500 watts modes. The remote and touchscreen are easy. The timer and thermostat do what they should, and install is approachable if you stick to wall mount. Recessed looks amazing, but plan for that 7.90-inch cavity. In my opinion, the value is strong for what you get, and it's been a reliable, enjoyable upgrade to my space. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.